90 below.
We're doing our
Left 76
landing
register
now.
55.
There is something important that people need
200
to know.
indicator and 1 below. Left 55.
And
Ops 28.0. Star title at row 1. At RT1 leg 1 slash 2 pmdg.
that is on the
Left 56.
744 on the panel.
At RT1 080 below. 1. At 200 080 nm. Heading 82. 3,949 nm. Left 57. 1. Edward 220 slash 4. 080. 1. Edward 220 slash 4008. 3,864 below. PT 420 270 slash 4000. 1. 2. PT 420 220 slash 4000. PT 3,773 below. 220 slash left 57.
On the panel, it's going to say
3,689 below.
off,
Left
but
58.
that doesn't mean the autopilot's off. Don't go by what that says.
3,603 below. Left 58.
Just don't pay attention to what the APL
3,560
or
below.
center
Left
or
58.
right said, because if you look at it, it just says
3,433 below.
That's not accurate
Left 58.
for autopilot.
At RT1 legs 1 slash 200 3,354 below. Left 436 feet per minute.
Alright.
3,330 below. Left 58. At RT1 legs 1 slash 2 pmdg 747 CDU. Left 58. 3,269 below. Left 61. Lockheed Martin registered R3D registered P5. Minus 3,218 below. Left 7. 196 knots indicated. 3,168 below. Left 79.
Flaps 5.
We go to flaps
3,117 below. RT1 leg. Left 86. Star and Lockheed Martin 3,017 below. Left 92. Insufficient fuel. 747 cockpit panel row. 747 cockpit 3,031 below. Button. Left 95. FD select. Heading ball button. 3,004 below. Flight level change. Left 98. Altitude ball button. Altitude edit select. Speed controls grouping. Auto throttle arm button. ES slash 2,963 below. Speed interval 100. Speed edit selected 200. 2,933 below. Register. Left 102. At RT1 legs 1 slash. At RT1. At RT1. 080 degrees 1 nm. 2,901. Edward 200. Left 103. 130. 1. PT 422. 131 degrees 4 nm. 2,870 below. 220 slash 408. 102. PT 421 200 slash 4008. 2,872 below. 180 slash 406. 204. CF0 to 180 slash 4008. 2,873 below. 0 to 180 slash 406. 5. P6 170 slash 4000. 2,868 below. Left 106. 2,860 below. Left 107. 2,851 below. Left 107.
Can't wait till you get your computer, Brandon.
2,844 below.
Me either.
Left 107.
You can finally do some flying.
I'm excited.
Brandon,
2,837 below.
Heck yeah.
Left 107.
Time, so I'm really excited. We're going to get that out to him.
At 2,832 below. Left 107.
And
Oh, I'm excited too. I've been.
George,
2,828
listen,
below.
I'm
Speed control
not
through
saying
107.
about
Selected
you're
200.
not getting it out yet, neither. I'm just saying.
2,825
No,
below.
we're not.
Left
We're
107.
just saying I'm excited about it. We can't. I
'Cause
can't
know-
wait.
I know how
2,822 below.
busy-
Left 105.
I know how busy you get. Trust me, I'm the
2,815 below. Left 103.
and, take care of stuff for you from time to time.
2,802 below.
I know
Left
all
100.
about it. So,
747 cockpit panels.
Yep.
2,789 below. Speed at flight 97. At RT1 legs 1 slash 2 pmdg 700. 2,772 below. At RT1 leg 117 degrees 6 nm. Heading 119. 2,754 below.
now, to come
Left
out the
93.
hold position, Brandon,
747 cock. Lockheed Martin registered R3D registered.
it's
Lockheed
very
Martin registered.
simple.
Left 92.
You go to your leg page, and what you'll see at the top, when you
2,760
go, you go to your
Left
leg page
91.
at the top, you'll see where you're holding. The next
2,690
down,
below.
you'll
Left
see
91.
where
At RT1 legs 1 slash 2 pmdg.
going to be
At 2,681 below. Left 905 degrees 9 nm. 2. P6 180. 204. 3. CF0 to 180 slash 2,665
you're going to
below.
see that that's
Left
your next
91.
waypoint that you'll resume.
2,652 below.
Less off
Left
2
91.
and then less off 1, execute, and it's
2,641
going to
below.
go out of the hold
Left
and
92.
follow to that next waypoint and continue.
Lockheed Martin registered.
Oh, okay.
2,630 below. Lockheed Martin registered. 92.
That is simple.
17 PASL. 0 feet per minute. 2,622 below. Left 92. 201 knots indicated. 2,614
So
below.
yeah,
Left
real
5.
simple.
Left 92.
Alright, we're at flaps 5.
201 knots indicated. 2,609 below. 200. Left 92. Total fuel 22,781.7 pounds. 3,400.6 gallons. Total fuel flow. At RT1 legs 1 slash 2. At RT1. 2,609. Left 92.
I'm excited about
Alright,
getting this
LNAV.
plane.
2,599 below. Registered R3 747 cockpit. Speed controls grouping. Speed edit selected 200. 2,597
Selection
below. Left 83. 189. 2,604 below.
Glide slope
Left
alive.
71. Glide slope is alive. NAV1 has glide slope. 2,580 below. Left 61 legs 1 slash 2 pm. CDU display at red only multi-line 100. At RT1 legs 1 slash 2,577 below. Left 47. Glide slope is alive. NAV1 has local laser. XRT is
I was
alive.
talking
Runway heading
about
20
out for the night.
NAV
wherever
flight
you
slope.
like to eat.
2,419
Hold
below.
on a
Left
minute.
28.
Let me land here and then
Glide slope is alive.
Let me
NAV1
just,
has local
okay,
Local
I'll
visa
let you get
alive. RT
landed.
heading 25. NAV1 has glide slope. 2,248 below.
But yeah, I am definitely excited about flying this aircraft.
2,164 below.
It's been a long
Left 6.
time, and I'm really looking forward to
XRT
getting back in
117
the
degrees land.
cockpit.
1 PT 478 below. 2 left 3 CF 02 180/4008. 1997 below.
we
Left
don't
1.
got far to go here.
XRT 1 legs 1 Lockheed Martin registered 3 R3D registered 5 Lockheed Martin 13 below. 186 knots indicated.
Flaps 10. Flaps
I
10.
gotta say, I missed flying
1,816 below.
that sim a lot. I missed flying
747
with
cockpit panels 01 column 2.
airline
XRT 1 legs 1
events.
CPU display at
On that
XRT
sim.
1 PT 421 200/4008.
That was a lot of fun.
0252 P6 180/4008. 203 CF 02 180/4008. NAV1 has local visa. 170/4008 is alive. Runway heading XRT 1 NAV1 has glide slope. XRT 1 1,421 right 1 117 degrees 4 NM. 1 PT 1,318 below. Center. XRT 117 degrees 4 NM. XRT 1,217 degrees 4 NM. Center. 1 PT 421
We're lined
200/4008.
perfectly up here, folks.
1,128 below. P6 180/4008. 3 CF 02 180/4008. 0 P6 170/4000.
We got one more waypoint. We'll be on our localizer waypoint.
945
We'll
below.
be working on
Left 2.
getting,
Lockheed Martin registered 3 R3D registered 3 Lockheed Martin registered 3 R.
getting landed.
XRT 1 legs 158 below. CPU display at red left 2. XRT 1 117 degrees 5 NM. XRT 1 787 below. Left 2. XRT 117 degrees 6 NM. XRT 117 degrees 6 NM. Below. Heading 27.
You know, some might not realize I used to
Heading
fly
27. 599 below. XRT
when I was
1
flying
PT
before. I used
421
to fly
200.
a lot of FedEx
180/4008.
events.
197
And it was a lot of fun.
3 CF 024 degrees 2 NM. 3 024 degrees 2 NM.
I missed that.
CF 02 180/4008. Lockheed Martin registered 747 cock. 300 CMDS speed intervene button left 3.
And I've actually been
Speed
into
selected
on
189.
Sky Blue Radio quite a bit, actually.
129 below. Left XRT 1 legs 1/2 pmdg 747 CD row. Lockheed Martin registered 3 R3D. Lockheed Martin registered 134 187 knots indicated. 3790 PAS. 3788. Minus 174 feet. 181 knots indicated. Left 3. 177 knots indicated. Minus 194 feet per minute above. Left 3. 3762 PASL. 3757 feet. 169 knots indicated. 77 above. Left 3. 139 above. Left 3. 196 above. Left 3. 249 above. Left 3.
I ain't gotta worry about the above, because we're done connected to
302
the,
above. Left 3.
We've done caught the glide slope.
351 above. Left 4.
VNAV off. VNAV off.
407 above. Left 4.
Flaps 20. Flaps 20.
3607 feet. 443 above. Left minus 479 feet per minute. Flaps in motion. 470 above. Flaps 20. Left 4.
25. Flaps 25.
Right master warning light on. Right master warning light on. 488 above. Left 4. 142 knots indicated. Flaps 25. Minus 751 feet per minute. 493 above. Left 4. 3383 feet ASL. 56 above. 3320 left 4. Minus 1191 feet per minute. 145 knots indicated. 429 above. Flaps 25. Left 4. 747 cockpit panels 01 column 2. 365 above. Cockpit panels. Speed level movement. Speed selected 140. 167 above. Left 4. 183 above. Left 3. 145 knots indicated. 747 175 above. Left 1 RT 1. Lockheed Martin registered 3 R3D registered 3. Lockheed Martin registered 3. 145 knots indicated. 2894 feet. Minus 846 feet per minute. 106 above. Left 3. 2521 feet.
Flaps 30.
500. Left 3. Distance to destination 37/0:05:7.
Landing gear down.
147 above. Flaps 30. Left 3. 149 above. Left 3. Minus 610 feet per minute. 26 182 above. 143 knots indicated.
We're looking
146
good,
above.
guys.
Right left 2. Distance to destination 38/0:05:14. 91 above. Left 2. 125 above. Left 1. Minus 863 feet per minute. 2465 feet ASF. Center 1948 feet. 141 knots indicated. 128 above. 2449 feet ASL. 2001 feet.
Alright.
415 above. Right on title. Lockheed Martin. XRT 700. Channel customization. 740. 411 above. The cooldown /5 right 2. Form 1 row 2 column 5. Ascent CHKLST button. Landing CHKLST button. 416 above.
Landing checklist.
Star Untitled book at Lockheed Martin registered pre-par. Lockheed Martin registered pre-par 438
Deep brake. On.
Right to.
Landing gear. Landing gear.
436 above. Left 1. Gear down. Dot.
Landing gear. Landing gear.
435 above.
Down.
Left 2.
Flaps. Set. Checklist complete.
430 above. 141 knots indicated.
I noticed that like, when it does landing gear,
427 above.
it doesn't really say anything. What do I do to pass that?
396 above.
You
Left
just
2.
gotta, eventually will.
379 above.
Okay, so
not
don't actually
check
do
your landing
anything
gear
and it
when
does
it-
371 above.
If
Left 1.
it says it's down, go ahead and just hit the control key and skip that
316 above.
part of the
Left 1.
checklist.
1513 PASL.
Okay, but no, like notice when it
149
says,
above.
it'll say landing gear and not
Listen,
saying
listen,
anything even though you have it down. Like that's what I was
97 above.
noticing.
Left 1.
That's why I brought that
Well,
up.
no, it did say, I did let it down, it said something.
114 above. Left 1.
Oh.
Yeah, I done put it down.
154 above.
1,000.
Left 1. Minus 712 feet per minute. 141 knots indicated.
We're at
65 above.
141 knots.
Left 1. Minus 709 feet per minute.
Minus 709 a minute.
67 above. Left 1. Lisbon, Portugal. 90 above. Center.
See, it just said approaching 03. Did you hear that?
110 above.
Yep.
1,000 feet. 167 above. Center. 174 above. Center. 120 above. Right 1.
I don't know why it's still repeating the
114 above.
100.
all
Right
that, 'cause we're fully connected. But
128 above. Right 1. 160 above. Right 1.
400.
151 above. Right 1.
300.
144 above. Total right 20,100. 134 above. Center.
Minimum. Minimum.
138 knots. Minus 700.
100.
56 above. Center.
50.
Speed light off.
40.
16 above.
30.
Center.
20.
On ground.
10.
Glide slope is allowed. NAV1 slope is allowed.
Reverse thrust.
Is allowed. Runway heading 25. NAV1 glide slope. Airborne. On ground. 133 knots. 128 knots. 120 knots. 109 knots.
100 knot. 100 knot.
97 knots. 85
80
knots.
knot. 80 knot.
71 knots.
60 knot. 60 knot.
59 knots. 47 knots. 35 knots. 23 knots.
Reverse idle. Reverse idle.
16 knots. 15 knots. 11 knots.
Dear passengers, welcome to our destination airport. Please remain seated until all docking procedures are performed and cabin lights are switched on. On behalf of the captain and his crew, we would like to thank you for flying with us. We hope you enjoyed your flight today and hope to see you soon.
Lockheed Martin registered. Lockheed Martin registered. Form 101 column 2. Star Untitled. XRT 700. Ops 78. Channel customization 704. Star Untitled. The cooldown slash www. Download go to Microsoft Office. Microsoft Office. Messages Andy. Messages Andy. Lockheed Martin registered. RPD registered. V501 column 1.
Once again, thanks for flying. We hope to see you on a future flight.
Lockheed Martin registered. RPD registered. Lockheed Martin registered. Form. Lockheed Martin registered. Lockheed Martin registered. RPD registered. V5.
where's my best airlines?
Star Untitled. XRT 700. Ops. Channel custom 7. Star Untitled. The cool. W. Download. Microsoft Office 3. 1.9. You described. Powerful. FS Airline. FS Tram Row 5.
Oh, I passed it up. Hold on. Here it is.
Ops 78. Channel custom 700. Star Untitled. The cooldown slash www. Download go 3. Microsoft Office. Office 300. 1.9 UL. You live go. Describe movies Google. Powerful. Cool. FS Airline. Go. Calculate FSX 20. September 22nd.
Ah, here it is.
The cooldown slash title.
I hate when it
FS Tram Row.
does that. Someone keeps
Left zero.
logging in and out, and it's
Channel customization.
messing me up.
Folder view list. Ops Studio. YouTube Creator Studio.
I don't
Cooldown slash
understand
title.
the
FS Tram Row 1.
purpose of that.
Form 101
Do
column.
you?
Star Untitled. XRT
I
1.
don't.
700.
No.
747. Star Untitled. www. Download go to Microsoft Office.
One second.
Microsoft Office. Office 306. 1.9 UL. You live go. Describe movies Google. Powerful. Cool. FS Airline. Go for column 3.
Oh, here we
It
go.
is.
Airlines.
Num lock on. Num lock off. Screen review. Left. Bottom. Land. Bottom. Top. Land. Object. Screen. Top. Land. Bottom. Land.
The reason that I'm
Channel
looking at
customization.
Before
Airline,
you
roll one
hit
column,
the
FS Airlines.
parking brake, people, you look at
KPLS,
MS
destination,
Airline
button,
because that's
Bottom,
going to tell
exit,
you.
bottom, exit. High speed approved. Captain ES minus 214.
And there we go, minus
Button.
214.
X button, exit button. High speed approved button.
Nice.
Reverse button. End flight button. Press.
In flight.
FS Airlines. Button. Button. X button. Exit button. End flight button. Next button.
Almost done here. We'll end the stream.
Channel customization. The cooldown slash FS Grand Row. Form 1 row 1. Star untitled book. Act RTE 1 leg. 740. Ops 28.740. Star untitled book. www. Download row 3. Microsoft Office. Microsoft Office 3. Office 306. 1.IULIU. You where live goes. Describe movies Google. Powerful tools for your bit. Drag and center row 4. Messages Andy. Desktop row 4 column 5. Messages and FS Airlines row 1 column. Channel customization. YouTube Studio Google Chrome. The cooldown slash Bible study team top 5 classic. FS Grand row 1 column 4.
I don't need to be.
Outflex FSX 20 September 26. FS Airlines.
Well, be nice, John. Be nice.
Button. Button. X button. Exit button. End flight button. Next button. Press.
Next. Almost done here.
Exit button. Next button. Press FS Airlines. Button. Button. X button. Exit button. Next button. Button. Next button. Press. Button. Button. X button. Home button. Options. Fly button. Channel customization YouTube Studio Google Chrome. Channel customization YouTube Studio documents. Toolbox. The cooldown slash Bible study team. Form 1 row 1 column 3.
Almost done here,
Form 1.
Brandon.
Captain CHKLST button. Channel customization YouTube
Okay,
Studio.
okay.
The cooldown slash Bible study.
I gotta say before
you
you end the stream though, I gotta say one more thing about that aircraft that I like. I didn't say
Star untitled book.
earlier.
Star untitled book. Channel customization YouTube Studio Google.
What is
The cooldown
that?
slash Bible. Act RTE 700. Ops 28.700.
I like the fact that first officer seems to get a lot more things correct in the program right now, and it's where you don't have to really do much versus the 7.3 where you have to go back and look twice.
Okay,
I mean, it is good to go back and look.
say that one more time. I had to turn you up a little bit.
Okay, so I like the fact that in this aircraft, first officer seems to program a lot more stuff correctly, whereas I noticed in the 3.7 you have to go back and redo it even though he's programmed it once.
Messages Andy. Desktop row 1 column 2.
Yeah.
Messages Andy.
I will tell
Lockheed
you
Martin register
the
free.
interesting
Channel
thing
customization
is
YouTube Studio.
going on
The cooldown slash Bible.
quick.
Act RTE 1 leg 1 slash 2 PMDG. CD display address. Act RTE 1 leg 1 slash 2. Act RTE 117 1. PC 421 200 slash 4008.
So for some reason, I think what happened was when I came off of holding, we went and activated approach, and it bypassed these other runways that I thought I was going to be going through. Like, because at the top right
FRT
now
1
it says 1/2
101. PC 421 200 slash 4008.
4000A. It didn't even go to that one.
0252. P6 180 slash 4008.
It didn't go to
Oh,
the
wow.
second one.
203. CF 02 slash 4008. 04.
went
P6
to-
170 slash 4000.
It went to
03.
the
CF 02 slash
third
4008.
one, which is where my localizer was, but I had approach on, so that made sense. It was close enough to that waypoint. Sometimes it puts waypoints in there that you really don't need. Does that make sense? Like
Yes.
the two waypoints that's above the localizer waypoint, both are 4000A. Different name, but same altitude, 4000A. And so I believe where these were so close together, just like, you know, it saw the localizer and was like, well, forget you, we're going over here.
Route.
But either way, it's still, you know, it was a good,
Lockheed Martin register free. R3D register
good
P5.
flight.
Channel customization YouTube Studio Google. The cooldown slash Bible study team. 747 cockpit panel row 1 column 4. 747 cockpit.
I think the,
Speed intervene
the
button.
best
Speed
tip
edit selected 140.
that I could give somebody when I think about
Lockheed Martin register free.
if you get in a jam, what do you do? And maybe you're in a situation where you really, you know, you're in a situation and you can't figure out how I'm going to get out of this. The best thing that I would do, if you're by the runway, if you're not far off, say 20 miles, 30 miles, anything under 50 miles, I would just initiate doing Control Shift G twice, and that's going to treat it like a go around, and it's going to go to a holding position. Or you can just hold on your own, go to a hold position, get your bearings together, straighten up your leg page, and then come back out of the hold. You don't need to do the go around and do a hold. You can just go and hold wherever you're at.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of what happened here when we did hold and came out of it. It went straight to the localizer because we done had, it was so close to it. It's like, hey, you know, why we don't need these other waypoints, you know. But
We'll just catch this one. Yeah.
I always tell people, don't give up on a flight unless you've tried everything and you know you're going to crash.
Right.
I think it's hard to crash with the 744. So,
Channel customization, YouTube Studio, Google Chrome, the cooldown slash idle study team, ops 28.0.3, 64 bits.
every flight's perfect. I get that. I'm not perfect.
Start virtual camera, start recording, check, ops not check.
But
Check, ops check.
with this jet, I mean, the difference, you're going to come in, you're going to fly a jet that's got no TFM control at all. But, at the same time, you know the conditions of it. You know where you got to go to control everything.
Yeah.
No different than using FS Tramp. Only you're using the panel with TFM. So technically TFM still helps you because without TFM you couldn't even access the panel and do anything with it. So at least we got that. Right?
Yeah.
That's you know.
Start recording, ops check, ops check.
Anyway, guys,
Exactly.
it's been great. I think next time when Tim can do it, I'm gonna do a shared cockpit with him, and we'll stream it. I'm gonna let Tim do the flying. I'll do the co-pilot. So when we do that, we'll let you know. But y'all be sure to share the channel if you will, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and listen. Even if you're a BBI pilot, share the channel, help us get it out there. We'd like to reach 100 subscribers. We'll get more benefits if we do. We're going to do more with it. And that'd mean a lot to all of us. Coming up when Brandon gets his computer, there'll be some changes being made here on the BBI Pilot channel. And I'm going to talk about that real quick. Brandon, I know you got to go, but I'd like to get this out there so people know.
Okay.
When Brandon gets his computer in, it's not always going to be me flying on BBI. Meaning, if Brandon does a flight, he'll be able to log into the BBI channel and go live with it. If Tim flies, log in, go live with it. Josh flies, log in, go live with it. If Declan wanted to, he can do the same thing. Log in, go live with it. Look, this is the thing, guys. I don't want people to misunderstand this. And it's important to me because Brandon should know, out of all people, Brandon should know how much the whole BBI thing means to me. Like, it's not about me. It's not about me. It's about the channel. It's about what we can do as a blind community. This is big to me, you guys. It's bigger than even being on TV or having a YouTube with 10 million viewers. BBI is something that I take a lot of passion in. And I want everybody to use it. If it was up to me, it would have been this way. I don't want to take all the credit. I want everybody to be able to use BBI pilots the same way that I do. And Brandon, you should know that. You should know that.
Yeah.
Because
I do.
When BBI came out, it was something we talked about. Declan had
Right.
The channel and hired me in as a manager for the BBI airline. But I've always had a great amount of passion, and it's not just because I like to fly. Do you know what it is? Can anybody guess where the passion really comes in?
Transferring the knowledge you learn to real life situations. As far as
It's about the awareness of what we can do today compared to, let's go back 10 years. What would we be flying 10 years ago?
As far as that goes,
It wouldn't have been PMDG, I can tell you that right now.
no.
It wouldn't have been payware at all. I can tell you that right now. The only thing that was out there was it's your plane.
But I will say though, it's your plane. For that time, it was letting us fly too. So
Yeah, but
I mean,
but
even though there were limited numbers of aircraft,
but that wasn't really stretching out the extreme of the technology, though. Because it's your plane did it all for you, and you didn't get the options that you get today with TFM. Nowhere near it.
no.
Nowhere near it. But the guy did introduce the idea. He did do that. And I think that he should get credit for that always. Just like the guy at Eurofly. That's not a sim. He knows that. I know that. I think what he did was an amazing job. I think that for what Eurofly is, I give him thumbs up on it. You know, it's definitely a good spot for someone brand new to start. Fly Eurofly and get an idea, get the concept. I think Eurofly gives you a little bit of the concept of how it's going to be. Now, does it match? No. Eurofly does not match. But it was always, to me, people would say Eurofake. Back off. The guy did something to allow people to fly. And I think that's where the credit's deserved. So, before we go, let's just Tim, what is your thought about what, Brandon?
I mean, I don't have anything to add to that, but I was going to say, you know, I kind of get both sides of the argument here. Some people did say Eurofake because they started out with FSX before, so I kind of get that side of it too.
No, it's
but I also get the other side that you're saying.
Okay, but if we go back a year ago, that's not what you said about Eurofly a year ago. You were supporting it a year ago 100%, if you recall. Because the guy, like, remember there was a big discrepancy over, you know, in the beginning you didn't like Eurofly at all, then you liked it, and now you're 50-50. So I don't know where you're at, but let's hold on. We'll get back to you. Tim, what is your thoughts about just the concept of where we are with the technology in BVI? Where does that?
It's come a long way. I remember hearing about a program before IYP. I never got to use it, but I started on IYP, then I went on to pilot. That was a little better because IYP you only get certain planes, and pilot's not the best experience, but you can at least fly whatever you want so long as you get the parameters correct and set it up. And then now we have Tramp, you know, now is even better than that because at least it'll give you SIDs and stars, you can do VATs, and of course if you're paying, you do the payware, you've got the ultimate experience.
Yeah. Well, I gotta say,
we come full. No.
For Tramp, even though I've had some issues, like I do like the fact that Tramp does give you that ability to fly SIDs and stars, especially on VATSIM, because it's very important that you must.
I think the thing now is the fact that we can pretty much fly whatever we want, and the freeware, and the payware is still limited to PMDG as far as I know, but as long as you're on freeware, you can pretty much fly. You're not limited to you can only fly like 10 planes or whatever the thing works.
Yeah,
So long
that
as you
was
put in the argument, set the parameters up.
I think
Yeah,
that was
fly,
the biggest
whatever
issue
you
I
want.
had with IYT. Like, we were limited to a
That's a
certain
big
amount of
harness that's been taken off of us so far.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, if
Ops 28.0. Lockheed Martin register. RBD register. Lockheed Martin register.
you know, looking at FS Tramp, I think what Declan said really says a lot about it is that, you know, FS Tramp really, it is a powerful tool if you know how to use it. And if you are good at navigating with it. It is a powerful tool because outside of the BVI, there's a lot of people that still use FS Tramp. They use it for other purposes, but
Yeah, they use it for the moving map and other things it does. They might use it for the autopilot, but a lot of them use it for the map stuff they can do.
yeah.
I don't think they actually use it for that. They just use it for the map, not autopilot. I think we're the only ones that
You
use it.
probably have some use it for both. I don't know,
I've
but
seen
I mean,
some use it for autopilot this side.
Okay.
I've seen
Okay,
those
okay.
channels, yeah.
All right.
I'm not saying like, is it 90-10 or 80-20? No, it's probably like 30-100. You know, 30% out of 100.
30 out of 100, yeah.
But you know, it is a powerful tool, and I think that
as long as you know your way around your screen reader, you'll be fine. You have to kind of do a little bit of acrobatics with your screen reader, but if you know your way around, you know how to navigate, it's fine.
Yeah. And the more that I sit back and think about it now, compared to where I used to get aggravated and gripe about it, but that was because of navigation. It really wasn't because FS Tramp just messed up everything. It was because I couldn't get it to do what I wanted. But at the same time, we struggled navigating with it. With some of the little things. Well, big things / little things. But now we can navigate a lot better with it. And I really don't hear as much complaining when someone does use FS Tramp. I mean, has it messed up on you lately, Tim? Probably. It's probably not necessarily messed up. It didn't do what you
I haven't really. Yeah, well, you know, it's very rare when it messes with me. Like, pretty much it goes back to as long as you set it up correctly and you start. You'll like 99% chance you'll get there.
And like you said, if you know your screen reader and you know how to move around, you know how to do the insert, up, down arrow, insert, page up, page, you know, all that stuff.
Yep.
To make the screen reader do what you needed to do.
You'll get around just fine.
You'll get around fine.
Yeah.
I used to say get rid of FS Tramp, get rid of it. And do I use it like I used to? No, but I still think it's a decent tool to have on the side. Well, you gotta have it right now. We gotta have it.
I mean, if you fly payware, there's no other options right now.
Me and you are getting ready to do a shared cockpit, and we're not going to that's not going to happen without FS Tramp.
Yeah.
If you want me to pilot, I have to. Yeah, it's going to be Tramp whether you like it or not.
And I want to say too, just for the record, because I get along with this guy. You know, he doesn't talk a whole lot, but I've talked to him a few times. With Eurofly, I feel the way today that I felt about it when I did videos back a year ago. So no hard feelings. I think it's a good spot for someone that's never flown before to start out, to understand a little bit. If anything, the mapping is really good. The mapping is good. It's good for the mapping, to give people an idea of kind of how the flying works. But if you've never flown and you're visually impaired, and you know you just want to get an idea of what flying might be like, I'd say, hey, try the Eurofly.
Lppt 03020000000
If you can't fly on Eurofly, you're not going to fly in the sim. I guarantee it. If you can't navigate with Eurofly, you will not navigate in the sim. Because it's, there's a lot more to it. So, anyway, I guess that's going to be all for now, you guys. I just want people to realize that, BBI, what to expect in the future coming up. It's going to be for everybody. As long as you're someone we know that's not malicious, you'll be able to fly on BBI. Tim, Brandon, Josh, Declan if he wants to, Marshall if he wants to, anyone that we know that's not malicious, because we want to get the name out there. Is TFM important? Yes. But so is BVI in general, as a community. With what we're doing and where we was and where we are now. Remember back, Brandon, before we even flew with TFM, this was stuff that we dreamed about.
Yeah. We were actually talking about it. Matter of fact, I remember. Before it even came to reality.
Yeah. And now look at it, it's a reality. I think that
before TFM, you either had to have pilot to read stuff for you or tramp. You'd have to read gauges, and were a little bit
and I think FS Tramp is what fed people's knowledge to do TFM. I'm not saying FS Tramp did it, but I'm saying if FS Tramp would have never been there, would we have TFM right now?
It's hard to say. I don't know. Would we? Possibly, but what form would it be?
I don't know, because
if
you think about it, we wanted another client that was better than FS Tramp, that was easier to use, and so TFM got built. So I feel like if FS Tramp had not been there, we might have been still stuck on, man, we need another program like It's Your Plane, and be a totally different program. Who knows? But I like where it's going. I do. And then just 2 emails I'm going to answer here real quick, and then we're done. That's why I brought up Eurofly, Brandon. Someone had asked about it, and I'll just read it to you. If I fly on Eurofly, will that help me to understand the knowledge of flying in any way at all, or do I just jump into the sim and fly? It's preference, my friend. That's going to have to be preference, because you might be able to jump into sim and fly just fine. What I meant by, maybe checking out Eurofly is everybody here has been on Eurofly. I have, Brandon has. Tim, have you?
Yes, he has.
Yeah, I've been on Eurofly. Haven't been a long time.
Matter of fact, we were on both of them. We played both 1 and 2.
I played both iterations of it.
Maybe Eurofly will help you at least get a rough idea, but I'm not going to say go to Eurofly first before you fly. I don't want to say that fully. So,
it's really personal preference. It depends on what you want. If you just want to, if you just want a basic experience, go to Eurofly. If you want more, then use one of the simulators, whether it be part or something else. It depends on what you want. How deep do you want to go with it?
That's why I was saying what I did, even about people saying what they called Eurofly, because it's something totally different. It got judged for something that it wasn't, is where my point was. Eurofly got judged as a sim. It's not a sim. Eurofly is not a sim. And that's what it got judged for, I think. People tried to compare it, I think. That was my point about it. But it don't matter what I think. Doesn't matter what Brandon thinks. Don't matter what Tim thinks. You got to do it. You got to check it out, and you got to decide. And either way you go, I mean, we support you either way. Because either way, you're getting into the flying in one way or another, and you're, you know, I definitely think if someone jumps into Euroflying and they hear about the sim and how accessible that it really is now, they're gonna be like, "Bye, Euroflying, I'm out of here." I mean, is that not what everybody else did? Like,
Well, yeah. And I was going to just bring up one last point about Eurofly. Well, since you were saying, people judge this as a sim. And we agree it's not a sim, but if you go back and you remember the website even advertised it as a sim, I think that's where people were getting that. I think that's why they were doing it.
Yeah. That could be. Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying it's not. Yeah, I'm not saying. Like,
No, I know it's not. But I'm just saying. I'm just telling you what the website advertised as, because it did advertise it as a sim.
Yeah. Well, and again, I understand people's points why they don't like it, but I don't know. I try to give people credit for every program that's accessible for us. You know, Eurofly was accessible. You know, Steam became accessible. P3D, you know, is accessible. TFM was built, it's accessible. I give credit where credit's due, I guess, is my point. I think that a whole lot more could have got done with Eurofly, but we won't get into that tonight. I think a lot more could have got done and could have made it a lot funner. Is that the word?
A lot more fun.
Yeah. So, anyway, you got to try it yourself. I don't want to tell you don't do Eurofly and jump into Sim, and I don't want to tell you do Eurofly and don't jump. Yeah, it's got to be you got to try it out yourself. I don't know what your learning abilities are. I will tell you this. Don't jump into payware if you've never flown a plane.
I definitely would not recommend that.
No. Because you are going to be absolutely overwhelmed with the things you got to do. It's going to feel like it's never ending.
Yeah.
If you experience, then you'll realize that it's not so bad. It's actually a whole lot of damn fun. The second email was based on what I was talking about. I really like the fact that you've kept this channel going, and even when you've had flights that weren't so good, you still did the videos, you still made them live, no matter if you was successful in landing or if you was unable to land because the sim messed up or just because it was a bad flight. You were showing experience in every direction, and even though I'm not visually impaired, I think that's the best way to represent something and to show something. You show the qualities at every angle. You show the experience at every angle, and that's what you've been doing. Can't wait to see others come on and fly as well. I think that's going to bring even more attention to the channel. And for the, I think I was going to say record.
For the record.
Yeah, too many C's there, my friend. You did RECCCCORD.
That's all right.
For the record, I'm just messing with you. For the record. Hold on. NVDA. For the record, I share the channel every time that a live stream pops up or when you upload a video.
Lppt 03023000000KT
One thing that I'm really waiting to see is when this Brandon character gets on and has a bad rage moment. That's just effing FU star KING hilarious.
Oh, you think it's hilarious, right? Being in that moment. Driving in that moment would tramp, trust me.
They're laughing at them clips that we would play off and on. Well, there's another effing problem. You know what? I'm getting real sick and tired of this.
So for those who don't know the story behind that clip, so basically what happened was this is when I was first starting to use Tramp, and I could not figure out for the
They
longest
shut his
time.
electricity off in the middle of a flight. No, I'm just kidding.
No. Actually, what happened was I took off in mode 2, which is what you use for approach, and didn't know it. And I had seen one of our other DVI pilots, Jesse, do that the night before. And I did the same thing, and I finally figured it out, and I go, I pulled a Jesse.
Yeah.
So that's what the problem was. So that's the story behind that clip. And yes, that was making me very irate because I couldn't figure it out for the longest time. I kept saying bang.
Well, that was the same clip when you were real mad that you came on. You said, "Oh, and something else too." And you was like,
"Oh yeah."
You was like Microsoft, or I forget what you bitched about. Apple. You was griping about Apple. You said something else too, by the way. Apple effing stinks.
I think that was actually a different thing. But no.
You did a rage and then you stopped, and before you ended it, you came back and you was like, "Oh, and something else too." I forget what it was you were talking about, but it was hilarious as all get.
No, those are hilarious.
Anyway, we have our moments, folks. I've actually been in the middle of a flight when somebody down the road hit a transformer. Blew our power. And now I'll never forget this, by the way. Never will I forget this. Brandon, you remember when I did the flight that was 14 and a half hours? I'd been up.
Yes.
Guys, I literally stayed up all night. It was like 7 in the morning. I was coming into land. I was on my final approach. I was at 1,300 feet. Got down to 8, 7. Everything was good. Made my turn. Final approach, 300, 200, 100. I was madder than a wet rooster, buddy. I was madder than hell. I'm like, I did not just fly 14 and a half hours for my power to go off.
I had that happen in the middle of a
Let me
game
tell
with
you,
Tim and I once.
I raged like a mother. I raged, buddy. I'm telling you. I told Chris, I said, I'm going to find who went up there and hit a transformer. I'm going to jerk him out of their car and smack him with my computer.
I remember that happened to me one time online. I was playing a game with Tim, and we were in the middle of a combat mission. I didn't lose power, but I sure lost internet for 2 days, and I was so mad. God, I was so mad. I called Time Warner, and I was like, listen here, mother effers. I'm like, oh my God, what the hell happened?
When the internet company was, it was like WOH.RR. Whatever. Do you remember that extension?
Yes.
I remember. This is a little bit off topic, but that's okay. I remember when they were transitioning, and they didn't tell me that my email was going to change.
Oh no!
And I had just launched. Now this was This is before the blind community made it down here to Indiana. This was when I was still in Ohio and I was doing all my marketing. I had just launched with Empower. Everything I had was connected to JustUp78 at WOH.RR.com.
Oh, man.
My email got deleted. And I called them, and I'll tell you what, I remember a lady saying how, well, everybody's email got deleted, sir. It was going to happen, blah, 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 blah. Well, you could have let me know. You
Yep,
could have,
yep.
you should have, and I wish you would have.
Yep,
But
yep.
I actually remember that because I called the internet company and complained. And they actually sent me a check for $300 just for not letting me know.
Going to bed. Gotta get up early. Talk tomorrow.
All right,
Start with channels.
Tim, we'll talk to you. Anyway, I'm like, oh man, that sucks. That sucks. But the main point here, folks, before we go, is this. We all love to fly. I love to fly. Brandon loves to fly. Declan, Marshall, Jesse, Rob, Tyler.
Everybody in the BDI community who Sims loves to fly.
Tower. We all love to fly. And for the record, I am very thankful that I can get in a sim and fly something that is as close as I've ever been to flying an airplane. Knowing that the stuff we're learning, it's not a game. We can go out and actually have a conversation with a real pilot and understand each other.
I didn't tell you this story, but I had an Uber driver one time when I was coming back from one of my favorite places to eat, which I haven't been in a while for the record. So he used to be a pilot. I was talking to him about how we sim and everything else. And he was just absolutely blown away. And I was like, yeah, you know, the only thing you can't do is taxi out to the runway. And we fly the aircraft a little, with special software that helps us fly, reads our instruments. And he's like, man, I don't know how you guys do that, but that's just absolutely amazing. That you got a community that just y'all love to fly. You're learning the real thing like we do, and you get to experience that.
Yeah, and I really think that alongside the fact that we love to do this, I really think it should tell the world something. I mean, it does tell the world something. It tells them that even though we're visually impaired, this is what we can do. And I know there are some that say, oh, well, being in the sim is nothing compared to being in the real cockpit. Look, I understand that there are things that's not comparable. But we're talking about the knowledge that we've got a program that will give us information that it's just like getting in the cockpit of a Bonanza and having a mini computer right there in between us that's reading off to me in my ear what's on the display up in front of me.
Yeah.
I believe heart and soul that is very possible to be done. I won't stop dreaming. I'm not going to discuss it on the air, but there's already things that, there's things that we're already trying to accomplish. And if we do accomplish it, that's really going to wake some people up in the world, I think.
I think it'll be a game changer.
People say so much, Brandon. They worry so much, like, oh well, I wouldn't be comfortable with a blind person in a car that drives itself, or I wouldn't be comfortable knowing there's a car on the road that's driving itself.
Yep.
They don't really understand technology because a lot of these people get on airplanes. Yeah, there's a real pilot in the cockpit seat, but 80% of that flight is done by technology.
So theoretically, when you get on an aircraft and you fly, I don't know, just say out of somewhere. Like, say if you go from Austin to Louisiana, you're putting your life in the hands of not only the pilot, but you're trusting your life to technology as well. You utilize technology every day. Phone, your car, and when you get on a plane. You're right. 80% of the flight is automated. So it's no different.
I think people need to be more accepting. They be more understanding and realize, what if you had a dream to fly or to drive one day you could never drive before, but you know the technology can give you that ability?
Yeah.
What would it be then? You'd be just like us. I at 100%, I'm that confident to say that if the technology was there, I truly believe, and I know, I won't say other reasons why I know, but I know for a fact that I'd be able to fly. You already know them reasons, Brandon, but
Yep.
I know that Brandon could do it. I know that Tim and Josh and Declan and Rob and Gabe and Tyler and every other blind pilot, simming pilot, let me rephrase that because I know that upsets real pilots when you don't. And I get why, I understand that. But all these BVI simming pilots, I believe, if technology was there, every single one of us that I've met so far would be in the blue sky. And the blue sky would be up and they would be flying. That is what BVI means to me. Maybe in another day or so, me and Brandon will come on, not even do a flight. I just want to come on and talk about all this stuff on its own video. Because I want people to see it. I want them to hear it. I want them to understand it.
Yeah.
The way that we do. So, guys, we appreciate every one of you guys, all of your views. Please be sure to share the channel. If you've not subscribed to BVI Pilots yet, we're going to ask you to go ahead and tap on that subscribe button right now. Tap that subscribe button. BVI Pilots. Be sure to set your notifications to always. That way you are notified each and every single time that we publish a new video. And when you set it to always, well, you always will be notified. Sometimes that messes up. Let me add this in there real quick. If you're not getting notified and you're subscribed, here's what you do. Be careful doing this and make sure you do it the way I tell you. Tap on the unsubscribe button and then resubscribe and set your notifications right there, right on the spot. You can follow us on Twitter /BVI Pilot. We're also on Twitch.tv/BVI Pilot. You can find us on Facebook.com/BVI Pilots. We are everywhere. You can email us. An easy email to remember if you want to email us is 737flights@gmail.com. I like that email. I love that.
That is a good email.
I'm surprised that I was even able to get that one, but 737flights@gmail.com. And until next time, guys, we appreciate every one of y'all. Y'all have a wonderful day, a wonderful night, and we will talk to you real soon. And be sure to keep the blue skies up, because if they're down, roll 3, 2, 1, Houston, we have a problem.
We have